Hello, I'm John Dickerson, in for Bob Schieffer, and this is Washington Unplugged on CBSNews.com. A week that was meant to be about the president's budget was overshadowed by the AIG bonus scandal. The new administration has a lot on its hands, from policy to PR, and I'm joined by White House economic advisor Austan Goolsbee to talk about all of this. Hello, Austan.
Hey, John. Great to see you.
Good to see you. Where are we on AIG? The president has said he wants his Treasury Secretary to get these bonuses back. What's the latest?
Well, I'd say we're still mad. And everybody's still got that sense of outrage at what happened, that the financial products division, the very division that cost the American taxpayer $170 billion, got huge bonuses after the fact for their quote-unquote performance. As you say, he's asked Secretary Geithner to explore every legal means to get them to pay the money back. And I think that's where we are. We're looking through what those means are with the lawyers.
What about this House bill that passed overwhelmingly? It's going to take 90% tax on these bonuses. What's your opinion of that bill? Is that going to do enough?
It's one side's coming out of the House. The Senate's got a bunch of different ideas. As I say, the president's trying to explore every legal means we have to get them to give the money back. Ultimately, that's what we're looking for here.
There are two problems with this House bill have been brought up. One is that companies will not be able to attract good people with this tax. Do you think that's a real worry?
Well, look, that retention bonus argument I find to be a little strange in an environment like this where all the major financial institutions are getting rid of people. And in the case of AIG, my understanding, I haven't been involved in the investigation, but my understanding is that a number of these people are about to leave or have already left, and they still got the bonuses. So that one I don't find as persuasive as some other considerations.
Well, then there's a second element to this, which is in some of these banks, if the retention bonus doesn't keep good people in, that maybe some of these banks won't take federal money. As a result, they won't have the money to get credit flowing, and that'll really have an effect on the economy. What do you think of that theory?
Well, look, that's the kind of theory that people want to explore. What would be the impact of passing law A, B, or C? The best way to resolve this thing is for the people who messed this up to give back the money. I mean, why do they get a performance bonus if you lost $170 billion in a single year? I mean, that part doesn't make any sense.
Right, but outside AIG, there are other banks here where maybe the situation is not as acute, and there's a worry about a chilling effect on this key thing, which is getting the credit markets moving.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to legislate out of anger. You want to figure out what's the best way to do it. I agree with that.
Now, what's happening on the banks? We had some sense. When are we going to get some more information about the bank bailout plan? Secretary Geithner yesterday said it might not be for a few weeks. Now we're hearing it might be sooner.
Well, it will be soon, within a few weeks, certainly. It's to outline further details of really he's kind of laid down the tracks of what way we're going. We've got multiple components because we got multiple fires burning at the same time. So you've got the president has rolled out the small business lending facility. Mm-hmm. They rolled out the TALF, which yesterday you saw the first $5 billion of credit to start to go out to get auto credit, consumer credit, and things of that nature.
Some people are saying the AIG mess has sort of freaked everyone out a little bit. Secretary Geithner is damaged. The president says he stands by him, but that's emergency language in Washington. Can the Secretary of the Treasury instill enough confidence when announcing these kind of plans, given what's happened this week?
Well, what I would say is, the president's been in office, 59 days or something, already passed the biggest stimulus program in American history, the largest foreclosure prevention and mortgage assistance program since the Depression, a major small business credit facility, major consumer credit facility. We rolled out the beginning of a financial rescue. I mean, that's a lot to get done in the first 2 months of office. So I think if you judge Secretary Geithner by his performance, he's done a whole lot, and we're going to continue to do more. As I say, there are multiple fires burning that the president got handed when he came into office, and we got to deal with all of them at the same time.
You are, in one of your roles, you're the chief economist of the Economic Recovery Advisory Board, which is to take news in from the outside world. What are you hearing this week from the outside world, from the business world? And is any of this stimulus money, is it going out the door? Is it helping people? What's the situation?
Well, you got two different issues there. A lot of the traffic, in the last week has been about AIG, about bonuses, about why isn't the government striking tougher bargains, and questions about retroactivity and a whole bunch of things like that. And then on the stimulus, look, the money's going to start getting out the door rapidly. The first checks to individuals go out at the beginning of April, and most businesses are wanting to get the thing ramped up and going as quickly as possible.
This week, whoever's fault it was, there is this feeling that at some level the administration's hands were tied with this AIG thing. Is there any sense? I mean, how are people supposed to have confidence about this sort of oversight when this week we had this muddled situation in terms of oversight of what was going on with AIG?
Well, let's remember which administration was in place when they put that in. That was in the previous administration. I think the issues of oversight that we see here are exactly the kind of thing that President Obama has been concerned about trying to prevent, that we can't have this lax attitude with oversight when it's so critically important that we get the money out and get the economy recovering.
Okay, Austan Goolsbee, thanks very much for joining us.
Great talking to you again, John.
Thanks, you too. You're watching Washington Unplugged on CBSNews.com.